Because of the fact that is an equilateral triangle, that means that every single side is just as important as the next. Okay, every single side is just as important as the next because they're all equal. No side is more important than the other. Okay, so it's very important for us to kind of get that under wraps. No side is more important than the other. They're all equally as important in terms of our overall wellness. So, when we think about our physical health, again, that is the main thing that people tend to think about when they are trying to become healthier. They're thinking about their physical health. Okay, so I want to lose weight. I want to, be able to move more, be mobile more. I want to be able to eat more nutritious meals and things like that. So that's what our physical health is. And a lot of other areas that fall up under your physical health is, getting your annual checkups, going to the dentist and things like that. So physical health is just more than just the numbers on the scale or looking at the numbers on the waistline going down. So physical health is more than that. Physical health is also, sleep, which a lot of us, give me a thumbs up or give me a heart if you feel like you get enough sleep, because I feel like a lot of us don't. Let me see, what do we have? Okay, so I got some hearts. Oh, so y'all get some sleep. So I'm the only one that's not sleeping. All right, I'll take that. So when we think about physical health is simply our bodies. Okay, so everything that we could possibly do for our bodies to be a little bit healthier. So now on the other side of the triangle, which is equally as important, is our mental and emotional health. So our mental and emotional health, again, those two are interconnected. They work together. They're best friends. Okay, they're besties. They work together. And those have to deal with how we manage our thoughts, our emotions, as well as our stress. And sometimes a lot of us fall short in that area. Okay, I know for one, I do. I ain't even gonna hold y'all up. I fall short in that mental and emotional health part. So that's the second part. And then our last part of that triangle is going to be our social health. And our social health is our ability to build and maintain relationships. Okay. And again, some of us fall short on that because, like me, I like being alone. I really do. I like kind of just coming to the house and, I'm a nerd. So I like reading and doing stuff like that. But I need to get out more. I need to get out more. I need to go and, get out in the sun and, and hang around more people and stuff like that. But again, all three of those areas are equally as important. And those three areas makes up our overall health and wellness. Okay. All right. So the takeaway from that is that in order for us to be healthy and have an overall level of wellness, we have to be balanced in all of those different areas. Okay. We have to be balanced in all of those different areas. Okay. We can't just focus on one of those areas, because if we focus on just one of those areas, then eventually we're going to get burnt out. So think about it like this. If you go to the gym every single day, 7 days a week, and you're exercising an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, eventually your social health is going to be affected. And then your mental and emotional health is also going to be affected as well. And we'll discuss a little bit more about that later on down the line. All right, give me a heart or something like that, or a thumbs up if you like what you're hearing so far. Let me know. Let me know. Am I on the right path? We got it. We doing good? Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. All right, so now we're going to move on to our physical health, okay? Specifically our physical health. So again, your physical health has to deal with exercise, okay? So we know exercise strengthens the heart, strengthens the muscles, strengthens the bones, helps with those tendons and ligaments and things like that, so that we can get up and get moving and be mobile a little bit more throughout the day. Physical health also has to do a lot with our nutrition, which is what somebody mentioned in the comments. So you definitely want to make sure that you are, eating more healthier foods that do agree with your body. And let me back up a little bit. I want you to start listening to your body. Okay. Sometimes we eat things because we think that they're healthy, but they don't necessarily agree with our bodies. So what do I mean by that? If you are somebody that, let's say, eat oatmeal, but after you eat oatmeal, every single time you eat oatmeal, you tend to get bloated and things like that. That's your body's way of saying that it doesn't necessarily agree with it. Yes, oatmeal is healthy, but it's not necessarily healthy for you because your body doesn't agree with it. Okay. And it's trying to tell you, I don't really like oatmeal. So I want you to kind of, keep a food journal and stuff like that, and kind of keep a point of how you feel after you eat certain foods, because your body will tell you if you eat this particular type of food and every single time you eat this food you get a headache or you feel bloated or you have a lot of gas and stuff like that, then it's your body's way of telling you that this food doesn't necessarily agree with you. Okay. And then another component of your physical health, of course, is sleep. A lot of us are not getting the recommended amount of sleep that we should be getting. Or if we sleep, we're not getting restful sleep. It's like, let me know, comment in the chat. Do you all toss and turn a lot at night? Are you able to get a full 8 hours of sleep at night? Comment, let me see. Are you able to get full 8 hours of sleep at night? Are you able to rest comfortably at night? And when you get up in the morning, do you feel like you are rested or do you still feel tired when you get up? Okay, so I got a lot of no's. Yeah. So I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, me too. Me too. Beautiful blessings. When I get up in the morning, I feel exhausted. I get up. Well, I mean, I'm a nerd and I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I be reading and going down the rabbit hole, late at night. And next thing you know, it's 3 in the morning. And I'm like, dang, I gotta get up at 5 or something to work out. I toss and turn all night and you still feel tired. Exactly. So then that means that if you're doing that, then you're not getting restful sleep. Okay. And so again, it's going to affect you throughout the rest of the day. Okay. So, but again, sleep falls up under that physical health component. Okay. All right. So here are some small things that you can do throughout the course of the day to try to help improve your physical health. And one is try to take 10-minute walks a day. Oftentimes you'll hear people tell you, well, you need to exercise, and they tell you you need to exercise for an hour every single day and you need to eat, perfect meals every single day. And then sometimes in our lives, sleep like a zombie. Sometimes in our lives we just it's difficult to fit that amount of time in continuously, right? And so if you can do 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, then of course anything beats a zero. Okay, again, this is a judgment free zone. Anything beats a zero. So I want you to start small. 10 minutes is more than acceptable. If you can take the stairs instead of taking the elevator, if you can park further away and walk a little bit more, if you can get up in the morning and try to give yourself or try to go through a little stretching routine and stuff like that, that is going to help to improve your physical health. Okay. All right. So again, small practices daily. Now, when it comes to nutrition, tell me what are some things that you can do right now to improve your nutrition? Comment in the chat. What are some things that you probably need to do? And I know somebody is going to tell me. What are some things that you can do to improve your nutritional health? Yep. Number one, increase your water intake. Absolutely. Because oftentimes a lot of us don't have a lot of energy because of the fact that we don't drink enough water, right? Absolutely. We need to make sure that our portion controls are in order. They have a saying that they call our diet here in the United States the SAD diet, SAD, which stands for Standard American Diet, right? And our portions are absolutely huge when it comes to the amount of food that we eat. So yes, we definitely need to become a little bit more aware of our portion sizes. And absolutely, meal prepping definitely helps. I love to meal prep because I don't have to think. I literally just grab a container and go. And it just makes my life so much easier. Yep, kids menu, absolutely. And people laugh at me when I say I order off the kids menu, but that's what fills me up. I don't need a whole massive amount of food. So yeah, kids menu, more fruits and vegetables. Absolutely. So you all hit all of those nails on the head. Okay, so you need to drink more water, eat more servings of fruits and vegetables, and we definitely want to also reduce the amount of processed foods that we're eating, right? So, when they process the foods, they take a lot of those. Yeah, kids menu, absolutely. They take a lot of the stuff that's good for you out of the food when they process it, like fiber and stuff like that. And then they add a lot of stuff in. Salt, amen, 777. I'm a salt fiend. I know I need to get it together. Again, this is a judgment-free zone, but I definitely need to get it together when it comes to salt. But I'm trying. I definitely have made some improvements there. So yeah, reduce processed foods, cut back on the, fast foods and stuff like that. Not saying you can't ever have it, because again, that's just not the society that we live in, but we just want to cut it back and minimize our portion sizes. And then of course, when it comes to sleep, you should be setting some type of sleep routine. So when it's time for you to go to bed, what do you do when it's time for you to go to sleep? So, like, you know how you have a routine in the morning when you get up to get up to get ready to go to work or something like that. Maybe your routine is you exercise, then you shower, then you eat breakfast, then you put your clothes on, and then of course brushing teeth is somewhere in there, and then you go to work. What is your bedtime routine though? Because you should have one. You should have a bedtime routine. So what do we think? After the club ends at about 2 a.m., go eat coney and then go home. That's not a bedtime routine. So, what is your bedtime routine? Let me ask a better question. Do you have a bedtime routine? Comment that, yes or no. Do you have a bedtime routine? Do you have a routine that you follow at night? Yes or no. Do you have a bedtime routine that you follow? Is it cut off the TV around 7, but no real routine? Okay. So cutting off the TV is a start. So no, I wing it. Okay. I completely understand that. So the thing is it's difficult for us to sleep and get restful sleep when we don't have a bedtime routine. Okay. So a bedtime routine, as someone mentioned, could definitely be limiting screen time. So a lot of us have become addicted to these to our devices, right? So our cell phones, we constantly looking at whether or not we have notifications, who's texting me, who's messaging me, looking at TikTok. You scroll on TikTok until you get that message that says uh, until you get that message that says, have you been scrolling for too long and it's time to put it up, right? So you need to have a routine for night, just like you have for your daytime. Okay. So whatever that could be reducing your screen time. It could be drinking like some chamomile tea after you've had a nice hot shower or a nice warm bath. It could be spraying I love to spray my pillows with what is it? It smells so good. Like I love lemongrass and lavender. I spray my pillows with that because it smells so good, and I like to breathe it in because it relaxes me when I go to sleep. You could have a stretching routine or like yoga or something like that you could do that kind of helps to calm you down. But just like you have a morning routine, you need to have a sleeping routine as well. Okay. And it needs to be something that you start practicing doing so that you can try to practice these relaxation techniques so that you can get to sleep and actually rest comfortably. Okay. But yeah, definitely I love to spray my pillows with that. So in some of your chapter readings for this lecture, it talked about the importance of taking small steps. Okay, so we're not trying to to build Rome today. Okay, we want to try to have small steps that we can do so that you don't overwhelm yourself, because again, we're already overwhelmed with life in general. Okay, we're overwhelmed with life in general. We got to work. Some of us have multiple jobs, kids, families, husbands, wives, and it is so challenging by the time you get home. You don't want to have something else, another task that you need to do in order for you to get to bed at night. Okay. So try to take smaller tasks so that you don't overwhelm yourself. Okay. So the takeaway to improving your health is just simply consistency over intensity. Okay. Just try to be consistent over time. Try to do a little bit of thing. So if you're going to start with just reducing your screen time, then that should be your thing. Try it for a week. Tell yourself, I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to set it away from me, and I'm going to turn it face side down so that I'm not distracted by the lights. And that's going to be my routine that I'm going to try to do for the next 7 days. Okay. And that's how it starts. You just do a little bit over time. Small daily habits help to create long-term success. Okay. Now, when we talk about our next component, which is mental and emotional health, mental health is how we are able to process our thoughts, how we are able to handle stress, and how we are able to make decisions. Okay, so that's what mental health is. Now, emotional health has to deal with how we manage our emotions in a healthy way. Now, those two are both interconnected. They work hand in hand, they work together. They don't work separate of each other, they work hand in hand. Now, emotional health, because of the fact that it deals with your emotions. Poor mental health can cause poor emotional instability. Does that make sense? Give me a heart if that makes sense. Poor mental health can cause emotional instability. Okay, so I got some hearts. Very good. Now, on the other hand, if you have emotional struggles, it can lead to mental distress. Okay, if you have emotional struggles, it can lead to mental distress. Give me some hearts if you all understand what I mean by that, or if you agree with that. If you are emotionally struggling, it's going to affect you mentally. Okay, so good. I do see some hearts. Very good. And so those operate together. They're not separate. They're interconnected. They operate together. Okay, so when it comes to mental and emotional health, there are some strategies that I talk about in the book that's part of your reading. One of them is journaling, and another one is affirmations. I'm super huge on affirmations. When you are journaling, you're able to write your thoughts down, which is able to help you to reduce your stress. But it's also helping you to become aware, or boost your self-awareness, to let you know exactly what's going on. So why are you upset? Why are you mad? Why are you feeling the way that you are? If you're writing those things down, you're able to help you to become a little bit more aware so that you can make changes with it. If you are not aware of it, it's difficult to correct it. Okay, but if you're journaling and you're writing those things down, then it becomes a little bit more aware for you to make those changes. Now, I'm also very huge on affirmations, positive affirmations. So a lot of times, the things that we think, we tend to say or spew out, and the things that we say, we tend to act on them. Give me a heart if you agree with that. Things that we tend to think, we say, and things that we tend or mentally think, we spit out. Give me hearts if you understand and agree with that. Very good. All right. So sometimes my therapist told me, you have to fake it till you make it, right? And so I would ask him, well, why do I have to say, I'm having a good day when my day is not good? And he said pretty much makes sense. You have to fake it till you make it, meaning sometimes, we're having a bad day because we keep thinking that we're going to have a bad day. And then we say today is going to be a bad day. And the next thing you know, it's a bad day. So let me know if you all have ever experienced this. You woke up on what some people would say the wrong side of the room, right? Or the wrong side of the bed. And as soon as you get up, you're like, oh my God, today is just going to be horrible. Like, I just feel so bad. Today is bad, right? So you thought that. Then you said that. And then next thing you know, every single thing that could have went wrong that day went wrong. Let me know if that's ever happened to you. Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, comment yes. If that's ever happened, you thought about it and you just like, dang, you said it. And the next thing you know, every single thing that could have went wrong that particular day went wrong. And it's because it started up here. It started up here mentally, and then you said it. And then it's almost like, as somebody commented in the chat, you attracted it, right? Because you thought it, you said it, and you just attracted everything wrong to go your way. Now, on the flip side, have you ever woke up on the good side? The sun was shining, everything that you just felt amazing. And then you told yourself, today is going to be a good day. Now, some things did go, maybe not so good, but it didn't seem so bad. Let me know if that's ever happened to you. Okay, so you told yourself, today is going to be a good day. Like, I feel amazing. Some things happened that wasn't so good, but it didn't seem so bad. And it didn't seem so bad because you told yourself, today is going to be a good day. Today is amazing. Nothing can go wrong today. And even when it did, you're able to adapt, right? And so that's what positive affirmations are about. So when you're trying to change or improve your mental and emotional health, even if you don't think it, even if you don't feel it, start thinking it and saying it. Today is amazing. Man, I feel so great today. I'm going to have a good day today. Money is coming my way. I have amazing friends and family. Love is constantly pouring in on me. Even if you don't necessarily feel it, start saying it and watch that stuff start to come pouring in. That's the power of positive affirmations. You have to start telling yourself things are going to get better in order for things to actually get better. Okay. So that's a strategy for improving your mental and emotional health. Another way is to practice gratitude. So right now, all of us are here together. I'm so grateful for all of you. As soon as I seen anybody join, I'm grateful. Okay. That's a gratitude practice. I have a roof over my head. I have heat. I have food. I have, loving family and friends. I'm grateful for that because guess what? At the end of the day, there are people who do not have what you have. And oftentimes people think, oh, my life is so bad, this, that, and the third. There is somebody right now that is praying for the life that you have that you don't necessarily appreciate or are grateful for. Give me a comment in the chat if you agree with that. There are some people who are they're praying, they're on their hands and knees every single day praying for the life that you have. Okay, I don't like my thighs. My thighs are too big. They jiggle while I walk. Well, I like stuff that jiggle. And there's people right now that's praying for the jiggle in your legs. Okay. And so again, you have to practice gratitude. You have to be grateful for the things that you have because we can blink our eyes. Y'all see the state of the world right now. You can blink your eyes and everything that you have is gone. And then you'll be praying for the same exact stuff you have right now. So practice gratitude. Okay. Every single day, write it down. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. You're grateful for your family. You're grateful for a full stomach, right? I'm grateful for the fact that I have heat. Anything like that. Okay. Another technique that you can practice to help improve your mental and emotional health is going to be mindfulness and breathing technique. So I want you to do this with me. It's called the 4-7-8 breathing technique. You're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and slowly breathe out for 8 seconds. Okay. So again, you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, and then breathe out slowly for 8 seconds. So this technique helps you to manage anxiety. Okay. All right. So you all go and I'm going to count. Inhale 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Hold it 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7,000. Now breathe out 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000. Okay. So again, that's called the 4-7-8 method. So when you're getting anxious and you're feeling overwhelmed, go sit in the corner somewhere, breathe in 4 seconds, hold it 7 seconds, and slowly release 8 seconds. I like to do that in the room where I have my little diffuser, where I have like eucalyptus and peppermint and stuff like that in the air because it makes me feel so much better when I do it with that. Okay. And another thing that you can do to help improve your mental and emotional health, another technique I have in the book is to challenge those negative self-thoughts, right? Oftentimes we set ourselves up for failure in the mind before anything negative even happens. We set ourselves up for that because of the fact that we have negative self-doubt or negative self-doubt. Okay. So when you have a negative thought that's coming in your head telling you that you can't do something, you can't be something, you can't, whatever that negative thought is, I want you to attach a name to that negative thought. Give it a name that you don't like. Okay. A name that somebody you don't like, you can't stand. Give that negative thought that name. And when that thought comes in your head, tell that name to go away. Okay. So let's say my negative name is Bertha. So when I hear a negative thought coming into my head saying, let's say, for example, you'll never be successful. The first thing that I say is, Bertha, we're not doing that today. You're not going to get in my head and be negative telling me what I can't do because I know I'm going to be successful. I know I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Does that make sense? So I want y'all to comment a name in the chat right now. Comment a name that when you have a negative thought that comes your way, you can tell that negative Nancy to get out of your head. Do it right now. Comment a name in the chat. Comment a name in the chat. Comment a name. What is a name that you can say when that negative thought tries to creep its nasty head up? Fred Flintstone. When that negative head pops up and it tries to tell you something that you can't do, I need you to tell whatever that name is that you gave it to that it's a liar. Okay, that it's not true. Because again, sometimes it's our negative thoughts that stop us in our track because we sometimes are our own worst enemies, right? And a lot of times we cause ourselves to not be as successful as we can because of the fact that it's what we talk about in our head, right? And so again, we want to overcome anxiety. We want to overcome all of those negative things. Put a name to it. Once you can identify it, then you can get rid of it. Okay? Give me some hearts if y'all got that. Once you set a name to it, and you can identify, because just because a negative thought is in your head and you hear that negative thought doesn't mean that thought is true, right? It doesn't mean that it's true. You can definitely disagree with that thought. It doesn't mean just because a negative thought tells you that you're not going to do something or you can't be something that thought is true. Okay? So, get rid of it. Reframe that thought. Name it and get rid of it. Now, the link between your mental and physical health, mental and emotional health and physical health is definitely has to deal with chronic stress. So when you are chronically stressed, it increases your cortisol levels, which is what we call the stress hormone. Okay. That hormone level increases. Once that cortisol level increases, then it causes you to definitely gain weight. It causes you to be significantly tired. It also causes you to increase the chances of you getting sick, because cortisol can help to regulate, let's say, blood pressure, blood sugar, as well as your immune system. And again, we call that the stress hormone. And so when you are chronically stressed, it increases this hormone. So if you are somebody that's constantly trying to lose weight, but you also find yourself constantly stressed out, this could be one of the reasons why you're having difficulty losing weight. Okay. All right. Let me move on now. Now, emotional distress, of course, also affects your motivation. When you are emotionally stressed out for whatever reason, you become overwhelmed. And when we become overwhelmed, we tend to make unhealthy choices. So, for example, give me a thumbs up or give me a heart if you've ever seen a TV show, and during the TV show, somebody broke up with one of the girls and she's so sad. She's crying and, oh my God, he broke up with me. And she goes home. And then the mother will say, grab the ice cream and 2 spoons, right? And so, as a reaction to the emotional distress, they tend to lead to, not saying that eating ice cream is bad, because it's not, but oftentimes they'll lead to a unhealthy habit, which is eating ice cream or something like that to deal with their emotions, right? So you have to be able to choose healthier choices and or healthier options in order to deal with your emotions, instead of eating a whole bag of family size potato chips, right? I like potato chips, by the way. So, a takeaway is that mental and emotional health is just as important as physical health. And if you happen to ignore one of those two, then it can definitely sabotage your overall progress in all of those particular areas. So, you want to make sure, again, remember, it's an equilateral triangle because all sides are equally important. Now, why is social health important? Social health is important because it helps to improve your longevity as well as your overall well-being. And sometimes it just feels good to be around other people because they help to improve your, your support system. They can definitely help to reduce stress, and it can help to improve depression, right? So social health is definitely important. And one thing that we don't like, which we all realized during the pandemic, okay, is feeling disconnected, right? Give me a comment in the chat, like a yes, if you felt really disconnected during the pandemic, right? During the pandemic, you couldn't touch nobody, you couldn't hug nobody, you had to just live with the people that was in your home or the people that was in your family. You couldn't be around anybody else. And because, yeah, I wanted a hug, ma'am, it broke my heart when my sister said the same thing. She said, I wanted a hug. Oh, that is my sister, maybe, right? She said, I wanted a hug. And that just tore me up, because nobody should feel disconnected. Nobody should feel, alone. And nobody should feel like that. And that is why social health is so important. When you don't have a strong social, a social support system, it can make us feel isolated. It can make us feel disconnected. And that in itself can affect our mental health as well as our emotional health, right? Again, they're all connected. So if you want to be able to build and maintain your social health overall, you want to be able to help strengthen relationships. So reach out to your day ones, reach out to them, check on them, and try to have meaningful conversations with them to make sure that they're okay. Check on your strong people, because oftentimes your strong people, they're not going to let you know that they're struggling. And that might be you. You might be one of the strong people that, you try to hold it all in, and I got it and I'm gonna do it. And a lot of times it's really challenging. Okay. And if you are that strong person, be okay to let your guard down, to let people know that you need help, to let people know that you're struggling. It's okay to reach out for help. It does not make you weak to say, I need help. It actually makes you strong. It takes a very strong person to be able to say, I need help. Okay. And so that's what social support or social health is all about. Okay. So strengthen those relationships. However, make sure that you set some boundaries. Okay. Don't be the type of person that's always looking out for everybody else and then you're not getting anybody or getting any help in return. You want to limit time with toxic people because those people are energy drainers. They suck the life out of you. And then by the time you get home, it's nothing left. Okay. And you feel it in your bones. They come around, and every time they come around, you like, damn, like, what is it now? Like, you just, they just suck the happiness out of you. You want to be able to limit your time around them. Okay. Don't spend so much time around people with them. Do what you can for them, but then you're the most important component in that situation. So separate yourself, do what you can, but then move on. Okay. Because again, you're the most important part. When it comes to trying to exercise, find a gym buddy that pretty much has the same, goals that you do, so that y'all can work together. So that'd be a social support system. I found a lot of friends actually inside the gym. So if you're looking to be more social, try to look for people that are in the same areas or in the community of the things that you like to do. Right. So that way it'll be more of a healthier connection or more of a healthier relationship because they're in the same area or in the same community that you're in. Go to a therapist. Okay. A lot of times, especially in the Black community, don't talk about my problems. Don't tell nobody my problems. You just suck it up and deal with it. But again, a therapist is going to help you get to the root of a lot of the problems that you're having. Sometimes you don't even realize a problem is there until they help you uncover the layers like an onion. They peel those layers back and you're like, oh, well, that's why I do what I do because of that. Right. So that's what therapy is good for. And then it's also cool to have an online community, like a positive online community that looks out for you and helps you to be accountable for things of that nature. Okay. Now, when you're looking, of course, in the book, one of the reading assignments that I gave was about emphasizing the power of having a why. You need to figure out, why do you need to do the things that you do? Why do you want to be healthier? Why do you want to improve your social health? Is it because you want to do it, or is it because you're trying to do something for someone else? I had a lady at the gym and she wanted to lose weight. The sole reason she wanted to lose weight was because her husband told her that she was fat and she needed to lose weight. She was absolutely miserable. She came to the gym. She spent all of this money trying to lose weight, but it wasn't for her. It was not her why. It was his why. So of course she wasn't going to be successful with the goals that she was trying to set forth because they weren't her goals, right? So of course I'm happy to report she divorced him. She moved on, she became healthier, she lost the weight, but it was because she wanted to do it, not because she felt obligated to him. So you have to make sure that you have a strong why. Now, at the end of the day, your environment helps to shape your success, whether you believe that or not. So you have to surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you to be better and stronger. Listen, you all deserve love. I'm going to say that again. You all deserve love. Okay. Love does not hurt. Love is not cruel. Love is kind. Love is supporting. You all deserve love. You all deserve respect. You all deserve loyalty and honesty and honor. And if you are surrounding yourself with people who are not giving you those things, then you need to cut them loose because they are not worthy of you. Did y'all hear that? They are not worthy of you. Surround yourself with people who is going to encourage you to grow and to be the best version of yourself that you can be, because that's what you deserve. And you should not accept anything less than that. Y'all got that? Y'all got that? You deserve it. Okay. All right. Now, balance is very important. Okay. So we done talked about wellness. We defined what wellness is. We talked about our equilateral triangle for our math heads out there. And we talked about how each side of the triangle is most important, right? So at the end of the day, the takeaway message is that it's very important for you to have balance in all of those different areas. When one area is weak, it has a negative impact on the other areas. It's difficult to move forward if one of those areas are weak. So for example, last year in September, okay, don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. This is a judgment-free zone. So I fall up the stairs. I fall down the stairs. I fall through the stairs. I fall so much that now I just laugh. I fell down the stairs while I was on the phone with 911 trying to get help with somebody else. And she offered to get me an ambulance because she heard me tumble down the stairs. So I fell down the stairs one too many times and I ended up having to have surgery on my ankle. And this was last year. Now, I am a person, first of all, that loves heels. I'm a shoe head. Y'all get my videos on TikTok. You'll see I love shoes. And because of the surgery, I was not able to have any weight at all for 6 whole weeks. I could not stand. I could not have any weight bearing exercise. That messed me up mentally. It messed me up emotionally. It messed me up physically because I could not exercise. I put on some weight because I could not exercise. I couldn't move. I couldn't do the stuff that I wanted to do. And so, of course, it had a negative impact. And of course, I don't want to be social. I don't want to hang around people because I feel fat. I feel unattractive. I feel like I can't be the best version of myself because I can't dress how I want to dress because I got on this ugly boot. I can't put on no heels, right? And so that's just another example of how when one area is affected, it affects all of the other areas. And so you have to be mindful of that and you have to make sure that you have balance with all of those different areas. Okay. So, with that being said, you want to make sure that you improve your sleep. You want to make sure that you try to improve your stress levels so that you are not, becoming overly stressed, increasing that cortisol stress hormone. And you want to make sure that you're improving your social health so that you're not feeling isolated and alone and depressed, right? So, with that being said, I'm giving you all a call to action now. I want you to think about an area that you can focus on. So, comment below what is an area that you can focus on that you feel like you need to improve the most? Would it be physical, mental, emotional, or social? Comment below. Which one do you think you want to try to make some slight improvements in now? Which one? Comment below. Let's see what you all have. Let's see what you all have. What is something that we can improve upon? What area would you like to improve upon now? What area would you like to improve upon now? Would it be your physical health, your mental health, or would it be your social health? I think if I was going to make an improvement, it would probably be my social health. Okay, so I have mental and physical. For me, it would definitely be my social health. I feel like I need to get out more. But as someone mentioned, anxiety sometimes, okay, mental, physical, then social. Yeah, all three. Okay, but overall, mental health. Yeah, because again, sometimes our issues, they start here, right? They start here. Um, but I think for me, I really want to improve my social health. But sometimes I think, okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do this, and the next thing I know, those negative thoughts come in, and then I'm like, I'll just try again next week, right? So sometimes we got to just put on those adult pants and just go for it. We have to kind of, again, push that negative self-talk out of the way and then just go for it. Okay. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what tasks you can do, what area you want to focus on, and what small thing can you start this week that you can actually make some improvements on. Okay. So that's the call to action. That's your goal. Your goal is to try to think about what is one small thing. Again, it doesn't have to be massive. Okay. We're not trying to build Rome today. What is something that you can do that you can work on right now? So put it in the chat because I'm going to hold you to it. What is something that you can do on those areas you said you need to improve that you can start doing this week? So, for example, again, if it's mental and emotional health, you can start journaling. You can start practicing gratitude. You can start having those positive affirmations that you say out loud, right? So put it in the chat. What is something that you can do to try to become more, to try to improve your areas of health right now? What is something that you can do? And be honest. Again, this is a judgment-free zone. We don't judge. What is something that you can work on this week? Over the next 7 days, what is something that you can work on that you can improve upon? Small change. Okay, I'm waiting for the comments to come in. What are some small changes that we can do? More water, gratitude, positive affirmations. Consistency with my affirmations. One thing that I do with that is I put a positive affirmation on something that I look at all the time. So if you go to your refrigerator all the time, put something on the refrigerator. You'll have no choice but to read it every time you see it. More water. Yep. Add some fruits and vegetables to your water that you like cucumbers and lemon or something like that, or fresh fruit. That would help. Eating more fresh fruits and vegetables. Journaling. Yeah. So make it a point when you get up in the morning, grab your journal and write down something that you're grateful for. Put a positive affirmation. Like one of the positive affirmations that I would say, I will put on my mirror, I am enough. That is something that I had to really get stuck in my head because I was so bent on trying to be more, be better, be something more than what I already am. But at the end of the day, I'm already enough. And I have to tell myself that. So that is something that you can do, but put it on areas where you have to see to make yourself look at it. Make yourself look at it every single day. Okay. Put more, again, fruits and vegetables in your water to make it a little bit more flavorful. If, like my sister, she don't like the taste of plain water. So she add, vegetables and stuff like that. So try those different things. Okay. All right. So with that being said, hi, Crystal. With that being said, I am super proud of you all for attending our first live lecture today on what health really means. I really and truly hope that you found something beneficial and helpful from today's lecture. You do have homework, okay, but it's easy homework, and you will be able to find that inside of the Glow Up Guide program. So make sure that you get your homework done. Also, if you have not gotten your book, make sure you get your book. Okay. The book has a lot of valuable information in here that you will be able to use to your, to your growth, if you will, to your benefit. Okay. For those of you who have already purchased it, thank you. I'm going to send you a personalized thank you. And you all have been killing it inside of the program. Like every time you complete a task, I get a notification. Every time a book is purchased, I get a notification. And you all have been killing it inside of the program. So I'm so proud of you. With that being said, do you have any questions, comments? Did you enjoy today's lecture? Anything that you are curious about before we conclude today's lecture? Anything at all? Anything that any questions, comments? Okay. I would like to stay off of social media and spend more time reading actual real books. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I like reading anyway, so anything at all. It can be, yep, because a cortisol level can definitely help to increase your cholesterol. Cholesterol has yep, absolutely. Um, Anything else? Anything that you want to, any questions or anything like that? Because if there are no questions, no comments, or anything like that, you are free to exit the chat. Make sure that you get your homework done. And again, thank you so much for tuning in today. It has been an absolute pleasure. And I will see you on Thursday for our second live lecture. Okay, no questions. So I guess I'll see you all later. You're welcome. All right, so I am done over here. You're very welcome. Okay, so let me end here. All right.